Shabbat Shalom. And welcome to Adif Emmanuel for those of you who are with us here in person, or those of you who are watching via the blessing of technology. And if you are watching remotely, please feel free to write in the chat Shabbat Shalom and tell us where it is you're watching from. We are so delighted. We have so many wonderful things to celebrate on this Shabbat. It's the first Shabbat of March. So as is our custom, we have birthday, anniversary, and special life events that we celebrate, and we'll have a blessing for that later. We're delighted that our youth choir is going to be leading us in some of the music, but that doesn't mean you have to sit and just watch them. Absolutely, they welcome everybody to sing along. We have somebody who's going to be getting his Hebrew name for the first time, and Sayer will come up with his parents in a little while. We also are on the cusp of one of our own students becoming B'nai Mitzvah tomorrow morning. So Olivia, we're delighted for you and your family that's here, and people who are here for the choir, and people who are here for the naming, and people who are here because it's Shabbat. And so we turn to our opening song, which you can find in your Siddur on page 128. Page 128, Hine Ma Tov, how good and pleasant it is that we are together. And we turn now to the lighting and blessing of our candles, followed by our kiddush. So I invite Olivia Wolf to come to the bima with, I think, Lisa and Russell are coming, and maybe Juliana, you want to come? No. I always want to make sure the invitation is there. And so we turn in our Siddur to page 121, page 121. And that's in the brackets.
As these Shabbat candles give light to all who behold them, so may we, by our lives, give light to all who behold us.
As the brightness reminds us of the generations of Israel who have kindled light, so may we in our own day be among those who kindle light.
Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam asher kitshanu mitzvotav v'tivanu l'hadlik ner shel Shabbat. Amen. Blessed are you, Adonai, our God, sovereign of the universe, who hallows us with mitzvot, commanding us to kindle the light of Shabbat.
And we turn now to page 123 as we continue with Kiddush.
Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam borei ata Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam, asher kitron b'mitzvotav v'ratzavanu, v'shabbat kodsho v'ahava uvratzon, hinchilanu, zikaron l'ma'aseh v'reishit, ki hu yom techila v'mikra'ei kodesh, zecher l'tziat mitzrayim, ki banu v'acharta, v'otanu gidashta, mikol ha'amim, v'shabbat kodshecha, v'ahava uvratzon, hinchaltanu, baruch ata Adonai, mekadesh HaShabbat. Amen.
And so at this time, I would like to invite to the Bima Sayer Conrad Freitag, along with his mom and dad, to get a special Hebrew name. Jonathan and Sarah, come on up. Are we going to have siblings come up too? Sosi and Shavi are coming up. Wait. Just want to go the safest way. We can stand right here. Sayer, you come up here for Shabbat and Havdalah all the time, right? So we offer this special blessing. Our God, creator of all living things, we offer you thanks for the countless blessings that you have given us. We thank you especially for this life which sheds radiance into one of our homes, for the privilege of parenthood and of sharing with you, God, in creation. Grateful for your gift of life, Jonathan and Sarah have come into your sanctuary to thank you and pray for guidance as they raise their son. Grant to these parents wisdom, patience, and devotion, that they may raise this child along with their other children to live in accordance with your Torah. Extend your shelter over him and give to him love, health, and understanding. So, in this sanctuary and in the presence of your loved ones, we give to you Sayer Conrad Freitag, son of Jonathan Freitag and Sarah Shelley, the Hebrew name. Are you ready? Yair ben Yonatan. May it be a name honored in Israel. Sayer, I want to tell you a little bit about your Hebrew name. Okay? Hi. I want to tell you a little bit about your Hebrew name. Oh, look how. The Hebrew name that your parents have chosen for you is Yair. First, it, like your English name, is one which your parents felt is beautiful. And the beautiful sound of Yair is similar to the sound of Sayer. You hear how Yair and Sayer are kind of same? Yeah. Also, there's beauty in the meaning of your name, because Yair means one who lights up or enlightens. And so as we bring you now, Sayer Conrad, into the covenant of Abraham and Sarah, may you grow to live a life of Torah and good deeds, to one day raise a Jewish family of your own, and to bring light and blessing to your family, the Jewish people, and to all humanity. And so I want the family clumped together as I offer this blessing to you. Yevarechecha Adonai v'yishmerecha. May God bless you and keep you. Ya'er Adonai panav elecha v'kunecha. May God's radiance shine upon you and be gracious to you. Yisa Adonai panav elecha v'yasem lecha shalom. And may God's presence be with you always and give you peace. And let us all say, Amen. And we're going to celebrate with a blessing of Shehechianu. in which we thank God for giving us life, sustaining us all these years, and enabling us to reach this special moment. And as we continue to welcome in Shabbat, we turn to page 138 and page 139, Lechado D, page 138 and 139. And while we're standing up, we take a moment to turn to somebody, perhaps not the person next to us, if we already know that person, but maybe somebody in front of us, behind us, across the way. We can turn to one another, introduce ourselves, and greet one another. Shabbat Shalom. If you're joining us through the blessing of technology, you can say Shabbat Shalom now, say where you're joining from, and we're glad everyone's here tonight. And as we turn to our song cards for Baruch Hu, I think Jack from our kindergarten class was going to come and join the youth choir on the stairs for that. Okay. You want to stand next to me to do that? Here, come, stand here. Oh, Julia, you're going to come too? No, okay. You don't have to. Here, Jack, you can stand next to me. And we continue now with the words of Shema. May be seated. Go back to your seat too. Good job. As we turn to Via Hafta, we turn in our Siddur to page 268, and that's in the brackets. As we turn now in our Siddur to page 270, we celebrate the freedom that was ours when we crossed through the sea of reeds and were safe on the shore on the other side. We sang these words, Mi Chamocha. We continue on page 271 as we read in English together. Give us a place to rest, O God. Shelter us in the long, soft evening shadows of your truth. You are true protection and safety. In your presence we find love and acceptance. Watch over us as we go forth. Prepare for us as we return. Spread over us your shelter of peace, over all we love, over our Jerusalem and yours. Baruch atah Adonai, haporei sukat shalom aleinu, ve'al kol amo Yisrael, ve'al Yerushalayim. And as we are able, we turn to page 273 as we rise for tefillah. may be seated. As we turn in our Siddur to page 278, page 278, as we read together, may these hours of rest and renewal open our hearts to joy and our minds to truth. May all who struggle find rest on this day. May all who suffer find solace. May all who hurt find healing on this day. May all who despair find purpose. May all who hunger find fulfillment on this day. And may we all live in such a way that this day fulfill its promise. Baruch atah Adonai mikadesh ha-Shabbat. And we continue our prayer now silently, whether we are led by the words on the pages of our Siddur through page 285, or if we want to look at other prayers throughout the prayer book, or those meditations and thoughts in our hearts. We pray silently. We turn our thoughts and prayers now to those who are in need of healing, and so we turn in our Siddur to page 371 in the brackets in the middle of the page. For those who are joining us through the blessing of technology, if there's someone whom you're thinking of at this time who is in need of healing, we invite you to add those names to the chat should you choose. Those of you here in the congregation will have a chance to add names following these people in our extended Adith Emmanuel family whom we're thinking of that are in need of healing. We send our blessings out to Holly Willett, Micah Arano, Jeremy Solar, Mel Klein, Jonathan Burr, George Goldstein, Susan Casper, Barry Hodges, Harriet Eisner, Orly Boudet, Carla Teich, Beth Shelley, Elaine Moskowitz, Linda Drockman, Chaim Ben David, Eileen Davison, Craig Davison, Hugh Morton, Art Bond, Roberta Levine, Jordan Maverick Steinberg, Deanna Amariello, Lisa Galda, Brian Zabel, Ed Crosby, Myra Kaplan, Jeff Schaefer, Lula Ruvuela, Marion Gwertz, Aaron Tepper, Lily Tepper, Louis Alahut, Mary Parker, Tricia Tepper, Carol Schaefer, Mary Mednitsky, Jocelyn Jackson, Jen Jones, Shirley Friedlander, Michael Infanti, Gary Garnick, Ann Marsden, Rick Ulrich, Ileana Cohen, and others whom we're thinking of at this time. Baruch atah Adonai, Rofei HaCholim. And at this time, as this is our first Shabbat in the month of March, we celebrate those who are celebrating, whether it's a birthday or an anniversary or another special life event. We ask you at this time to rise, and if you're watching from remotely, you can add what it is you're celebrating, a birthday, an anniversary, something else special. And we offer you this blessing. God of our days and our years, author of life, our times are in your hand. We thank you for the blessing of life and for all that enriches our lives. We gather today in special thankfulness to share in the happiness of those celebrating their birthdays, anniversaries, and other life events during this month of March. God, be with them always as the joy of their lives. May they be blessed with health and happiness and with the strength to overcome sickness and sorrow. May they have the joy of coming together for many more years, united by mutual reverence and love. May these milestone events remind us that as we may count the days of our lives, a person of wisdom also makes every day count. And so, God, we join together in our prayer of gratitude, the words of Shehechianu.
Or Simon Tov?
Or Simon Tov.
Let's do some Simon Tov.
Simon Tov. We did a Shechianu. We can do a Simon Tov.
Simon Tov, Mazel Tov, Simon Tov, Simon Tov, Mazel Tov, Simon Tov, Simon Tov, Mazel Tov, Simon Tov. Yeilanu, 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 Oleko Yisrael. Yeilanu, Yeilanu, Oleko Yisrael. Simon Tov, Mazel Tov, Simon Tov, Simon Tov, Mazel Tov, Simon Tov, Simon Tov, Mazel Tov, Simon Tov, Yeilanu.
And so now I would invite all the children who are here today to come on up to the bima for a story and join the junior choir on the stairs here. We have lots of room for all of you. How do you define who's a child? I used to say, well, that's if you have yet to become B'nai Mitzvah, which Olivia has not yet. But then I had a 17-year-old who said, I felt badly. I couldn't go up again. So now I let people define for themselves who is a child and who wants to go up. And sometimes there are children who like the grown-up in their life to be up there with them. That is okay too. Do you want to sit right here on the stairs? Yeah. And so this Shabbat is the Shabbat right before Purim. And so I want to share with you a tradition that my rabbi and mentor, Mark S. Shapiro of beloved memory, used to do. During the month of Adar, the Hebrew month that we entered just about 2 weeks ago, there's an expression we say, when we enter Adar, joy increases. But how does joy increase? We have to do it a little bit. And so his custom, Rabbi Shapiro's custom, was to tell Chelm stories. I love Chelm stories because the people of Chelm are so wise. They are the wisest people in the world. And many of times, those Chelm stories are silly. So I want to tell you about what the people of Chelm loved most of all. They loved most of all, more than anything else, the moon. They loved the moon. You see, because when the moon was out, it was shining, it would give light, and people were happier. You would see couples in love with one another, gazing at each other's eyes as they walked down the streets. Children would listen to their parents, and they would listen to the teachers when the moon was out. Even dogs and cats got along when the moon was out. But then there were those nights when the moon was hidden, and everybody got sad and gloomy. Can I see your sad and gloomy faces? I see some very sad and gloomy faces. And they said, this is a problem. When the moon is not out, we're so sad. What can we do about it? So one genius in Chelm said, I know what we should do. We should capture the moon. Yes, everybody said, that's a great idea. But how do we do that? So Shmerel the tailor said, I know how we should capture the moon. You see, one time when I was eating my soup, and there in the bowl was the reflection of the moon, right in the bowl of soup. And so if we build a big enough bowl of soup, we could capture the moon. And everyone in Chelm thought that was a great idea. And so it was made, the decision was made that they would build the biggest bowl in the world. And when the bowl was built in the town square, people came from all edges of the town, and they came with their soup. It was a night that the moon was full, and they came with jars of soup and pots of soup and vats of soup, even a bathtub full of soup. And they poured their soup in the biggest bowl in the world. And just when they were ready, they stealthily snuck up and boom! They put a top on the bowl, and that's it. They captured the moon. They said, we have the moon we did it, we captured the moon, we got it. And you know, it's funny because just at that moment that they put the top on the bowl, a cloud covered the sky and it was all dark. And so those Chalmites spent the whole night dancing and rejoicing and celebrating that they had captured the moon. And so the next day, everybody went about their day. They were so joyful. And then what happened? What happened? The sun set. And as the sun set and the darkness spread across the land, the moon rose up in the sky again. Oh no! Our moon has escaped our bowl of soup. Somebody must have let it out. But who did it? Did you open did you open the bowl of soup and so what happened was there was an investigation and everybody was asked. No one went unscathed. Well, except of course their beloved rabbi. They wouldn't ask their beloved learned and wise. No, the rabbi couldn't do it. So everyone was asked, did you let out the moon? Did you let out the moon? Did you let out the moon? And the problem was, nobody did. They all had an alibi. They were at home, they were at school, they were at work, they were in the fields, they were in the shops. And everyone was asked, well, except the rabbi. And so that was it. They had to go to the rabbi and ask. And so one timid person was volunteered and said, excuse me, Rabbi, did you let the moon out? And the rabbi said, yes. Yes, I did. But why? Why, Rabbi? Why would you do such a thing? We captured the moon. We were going to save it and be joyful. And the rabbi said, the reason, you see, there are some things that we value and we love them and we own them, and they're ours because we own them, and it's great to have them. And somebody said, oh, you mean like a shirt or shoes? And the rabbi went on, yes, and there are other things that we have and we value that are of far greater value, and they are special because we get to share them with others. Like love? One person said, yes, the rabbi said, like love. And hugs, yes. We get to share hugs with other people. And joy, they all said, yes, and joy. And of course, Shmerel the tailor said, and the moon? Yes, the rabbi said, and the moon. And so, what are we going to do? Rabbi, when it's dark, if you've let the moon up in the sky and then there's those days that are dark and gloomy and sad, what are we going to do? We wanted to keep the moon so we would be happy all the time. And the rabbi said, you know what? That is life. Sometimes in life, we just have sad and gloomy and dark times, and we know that if we share something with other people, that can bring us joy. And they said, yes, but what will we share if we can't share the moon? And the rabbi said, soup. We can share soup. And it was declared a law in Chelm that whenever it got dark and gloomy on those nights, people would share soup. And you know, soup doesn't bring happiness, but it sure helps. The end. And so we're going to turn now in our Siddur. Children who are here on the bima, you can go back to your parents in the congregation. As the choir is going to lead us on page 587 in the brackets in the middle of the page. As we're able, we rise for Let Us Adore.
Let us adore.
Let us adore
The ever-living God.
the ever-living God
And render praise.
and render praise
Unto God.
unto God
Who spread out the
spread out
heavens and established the earth.
established the earth,
And whose glory
and whose glory
is revealed in the heavens
in
above.
the heavens
And
above,
whose greatness
and whose greatness
is manifest throughout the world. Adonai is our God, there is none else. Anachnu korim, umishtachavim uvodim, lifnei melech malchei amlakim, hakadosh baruch hu, v'nemar v'haya Adonai lemelech al kol haaretz, bayom hahu, yeh Adonai echad, u'shemo echad.
And you may be seated. Our thoughts turn now to those who are no longer with us, and so we turn in our Siddur to pages 598 and 599 as we think of our loved ones whom death has recently taken from us. In our extended Adith Emanuel family, we're remembering Sandra Ruth Goldberg Rosenberg, mother of Neil Rosenberg, and Cindy, grandmother of Sophia. Warren Brand, brother-in-law of Chuck Gross and Deb Epstein. Arlene Coulter, sister of Marcy Gittler and Steve. Shirley Tannenbaum, beloved congregant, mother of Amy Bookbinder and David Tannenbaum, as well as those who died at the season in years past, whose yahrzeits we mark on this Shabbat. David Albin, Jack Alpert, Diane Barrar, Mildred Cohen, Paul Fetterman, Eugene Fetterman, Leah Glogauer Muentz, Lillian Goldsmith, Ruth Greifer, Bernard Gross, Ida Isidore, Lillian Kaplan, Beatrice Lichter, Bertha Novak, Ruth Rudolph, Joseph Samost, Leonard Scher, Judith Schulzen, Samuel Slateroff, Shirley Trackman, Bernard Waters, Irene Weiss, Albert Wolfson, and other names that we might add at this time. I invite those who are in the period of Shiva and Shloshim to rise at this time. Those who are in the first year of mourning to rise at this time. And for those observing a yahrzeit to rise at this time. And as one congregation, we rise as we're able in comfort and support as we continue with the words of Mourner's Kaddish on page 598. Yit gadal v'yit kadash shemei rabbah, v'alma divra chirutei v'yamlich malchutei, b'chayechon u'vyomechon, u'chaye dechol Beit Yisrael, ba'agala u'vizman kari v'imru, Amen. Yehi Shemei Rabba Mevarach Leolam Olmei Olmaya. Yitbarach v'yishtabach v'yitpa'ar v'yitromam v'yitnaseh. V'yitadar v'yitalev v'yitalal Shemei Dekudasha B'riyachu. Le'ela min kol birchata v'shirata. Tush pachata v'nechemata. Tamiran b'alma v'yimru. Amen. Yehi Shlama Rabba min Shemaya. V'chayim aleinu v'al kol Yisrael. V'imru, Amen. Oseh shalom b'mromav, huya aseh shalom, aleinu ve'al kol Yisrael, v'imru, Amen. May the source of peace send peace to all who mourn, and comfort to all who are bereaved. And let us say, Amen. May be seated. And it's my pleasure to welcome to the Bima our synagogue president, Diane Singer, to share with us some hodaot, some announcements.
Shabbat Shalom. Thank you, Rabbi Memes Fowler, Cantor Sandy, Lucas, the youth choir, our kindergarten and second grade students for leading tonight's service. Thank you to Karen for greeting and Hope for setting up ONAG. A special mazel tov to Olivia and her family for Olivia's upcoming bat mitzvah, and a special mazel tov to Seir for receiving his Hebrew name this evening. And as always, a special thank you to all of you for joining us tonight. Please join us tomorrow morning at 8:45 for Torah Talk and Bagels, followed by our 10 o'clock morning service when Olivia will be called to the Torah in honor of her bat mitzvah. This Sunday is our annual Purim Carnival from 11 to 12:30. It promises to be fun for all ages. Also, the gift shop will be open Sunday morning for your one-stop shopping. Do not put your Purim outfits away after Sunday. Wear your costume, bring your groggers. Join us Monday evening for our Purim service at 7 p.m. Also, Monday afternoon is Mahjong Mondays. They will begin. It's an 8-week session. All levels are welcome. Wednesday morning is Rabbi's monthly responsa class. A week from Sunday. You know, I wish I had their energy. Look at this. Right? You good? Okay, here we go. A week from Sunday, Men's Club is hosting its monthly brunch, and in the afternoon, Sisterhood is hosting its annual designer handbag bingo, and also After 5-6 is going ice skating. A few events to look forward to. Adith will be hosting its annual congregational Passover Seder here at Adith the second night of Passover. The Rabbi Richard A. Levine Kehillah Dinner is April 22nd, and the end of April, Adith will be celebrating 25 years in Mount Laurel with a community concert featuring Noah Ernsten. A special thank you to the Freitag family for sponsoring ONEG this evening. Hopefully you'll stay for a few minutes, schmooze with your fellow congregants. And tonight I'd like to share two thoughts for Shabbat, both by Dr. Seuss, in honor of Read Across America Day. You're never too old, too wacky, too wild to pick up a book and read to a child. And why fit in when you were born to stand out? Thank you, and Shabbat Shalom.
For our closing song, the choir is going to sing the whole Megillah. The whole Megillah. This is new to me, so I look forward to hearing it.
So we're going to get you ready to join in with them because they're happiest when they're not singing alone. So if you can join in with us a little, that would help. So this is in English. Everybody's good with English? Yes? Okay. When you hear the whole Megillah, try that.
When you hear the whole Megillah,
you will have a Purim thriller.
You will have a Purim Villa,
and you won't have to sit still.
and you won't have to sit still
When you hear the whole Megillah.
when you hear the whole Megillah.
And if that's daunting, you can always just do the ending. Do 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 do.
Do 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 do.
All right, let's give it a try.
It is a story of bravery. It is a story of deception and defeat. It is a story of victory. It happened on the 14th of Adar. Listen to the tale of Vashti and Esther. Listen to the tale of cousin Mordecai. Listen to the tale of Ahasuerus. It happened on the 14th of Adar. Hear the name of him and stamp your feet. Hear the name of him and sit and rock your ground. Hear the name of him and block it out. It happened on the 14th of Adar. It happened on the 14th of Adar. When you hear the whole Megillah, you will have a whole Megillah. You won't have to sit still. Whole Megillah. Each and every one take a stand. Each and every one remember what was done. Each and every one plays a part. It happened on the 14th of Adar. It happened on the 14th of Adar. When you hear the whole Megillah, you will have a whole Megillah. You won't have to sit still. Whole Megillah.
And we continue with the motzi. Please join. Fed- Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam hamotzi lechem min haaretz b'te'avon and Shabbat shalom. Shabbat shalom.